Yeet!
It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Christian Kirk. He had a busy week last week, finishing with over 170 yards. It's the Jags and the Raiders coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, CD, you look at the Raiders in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And in 3. Lawrence will throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr. First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a heck of an effort from Josh. 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Once again, it's Jacobs. This will be a short gain of 3. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Carr. And that's good. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Should have done better there.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass because all eyes on his team are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change?
A little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay away. A positive play for the offense.
Now Lawrence to throw. That one thrown. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is met quickly and folded like a lawn chair. Accuracy into the backfield with ease and made it
on that snap.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And a short. ETN once more. And he'll be upended. Here's Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how the game warm up, but I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that field first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The big tackle for a loss.
Now Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referees a bit. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to be 10 now from the 33. Now whistles here. And I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Back to the ground with ETN. And he'll take it down.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And finally, Downing. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Zay Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The return man, first down now. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. 2nd down and 9 to go. Now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick from the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr slant to Adams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 30. A nice pick, 1st and 10. Carr going to throw. And that one, losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game.
Play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hook it in 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
And here he'll go. Throwing now is Carr. Toward the end. Here's Carr to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Dewan's it and ended up on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 15-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have regained the lead. That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without
Off unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Trevor.
The types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those heads. When they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Goes spinning away. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. With the 7 yards in the first down.
Check, mark it, alert, opposite.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And good run.
They simply outclassed the defense, and we saw the ladder there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Kill, check, mark it.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll get yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Opposite.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic.
Got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AL. To make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Carr. And he whips that one. A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll only get this to the 2 minutes remaining in the first half. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Agnew now to return. 43 yards on the punt. 7-yard return. And they will take over. Been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down by about 3. To throw again is Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And it's just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Slant caught by Kirk. And he's going
Alert, opposite.
Lawrence. He'll get that underneath ETN. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on.
As you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And the first play of the from midfield. Here's Carr. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he'll be brought 33. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We start up at Soldier Field, Miami, making the trip north to take on Chicago. And it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown reception. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Well, it's been a tight contest so far. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. It's 25-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Carr. On the slant, connects with Devontae Adams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 40.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him.
2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. There's a nice move. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback, a hot route, so to speak.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from the lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much... Now on 1st down. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight to put that drive away.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10 unit now as they will send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession.
You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Lawrence toward the sideline.
Opposite. Man, heel. Check, check.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he's going to take this ahead.
And kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now Lawrence.
Low times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But early.
Another tote for ETN. And he's going to get a good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Here's Lawrence. Complete to Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from
him, and they pick up a first down.
Clear.
And they'll run with ETN. And a pretty lineup. Once more ETN. And not a whole lot there as over here. It's 3rd and goal.
Lock it, lock it. Alert, alert. Opposite.
ETN. Yeah, this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a for it.
I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jermichael Hasty. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Higher drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Down Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. Keelan Cole down to return. And he brings us out past it
to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense out.
And that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr, the open man here, Renfro. And they work this well upfield.
Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to take this.
They gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
For 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Carr. And that is
bringing up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this is going to hit the goes up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll look to ETN to start things out. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 21.
Hands there. Kill. Let's go.
And they'll go again with ETN. And he'll get about 6.
We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Ingram holds it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
The quick there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now here's a
with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away. Trying to get it out to his receiver, ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
Check.
Lawrence going to throw again. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if
because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to serve it.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. The tight one. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down. Another try after the first down sack. Carr. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him, 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Carr on third down. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get on a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
More confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now Carr. That's complete to his
in the zone. Made sure the quarterback saw him and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on fleet pass brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to take this.
Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd. Now they'll throw with Carr. And that's complete to Adams.
Spots.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrew.
Catch everything.
Carr. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a bounce, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing his Carr. Looking end zone, but
Completion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone goes
2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keelan Cole, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
and touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part one. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So take away the touchdown. The only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yardage here behind the line.
Yeah, I thought he had the best instincts of any linebacker I'd seen in about the last decade. Crashed together with some tremendous...
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And just a short game time is able to get him down. The snap. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Carr keeps it on the sneak. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only do they keep their eyes on the end zone, but they move football to end this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
Yeet!